I have put on, attended, hosted hundreds and hundreds of events in my 12 years as an entrepreneur. And I've been at events where there's been 3 people. I've hosted events where there's been 3 people. I was severely disappointed. And we've hosted events, I think with the Soul, our record was about 2,200 people showed up to one of our games last year. We're hoping to top that in the next couple weeks here. But I've used events for all different types of things in my businesses. And events really are everywhere. If you think about it, somebody wants to get married. What's a wedding? It's an event. You have to do invitations. You have to have RSVPs. You have to have people come out. Someone decides we want to have a baby and they get pregnant. Well, they have a baby shower. That's an event. We're doing events all the time in our personal lives. So why don't we ask ourselves, why aren't we doing them more in our businesses? And I've done every type of event possible. There's been productions I've put on. Larry helped me put this one on. I don't know why the sound isn't working. But the point being, you can make an event out of anything. And it can be small, it can be big, but the impact is most often big. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to kick things off with a member spotlight. If I can ask Mandy to come up. I don't know where they are. Come on up. And Mandy has been a member of Parshook for a very long time. And she attended a seminar that we did a couple months ago on podcasting. I'm going to let Mandy kind of talk a bit about who she is and what she does, and then talk about how she's implemented the strategy she learned in the podcasting seminar.
Thank you. So a few months ago, I attended the podcasting seminar. It was down here in Albuquerque with David Wolf. David, is he here? No.
I don't think he's here yet.
I don't see him. But anyway, I had been thinking about doing some kind of podcasting thing for months before. On a regular basis, I'll go out to seminars for marketing, maybe to AWEI, or I saw, Dan Kennedy at an AWEI thing, and I'm just thinking to myself, personally and professionally, I know so many people who know a lot about marketing and about copywriting and things like that, and out here in New Mexico, I know a lot of business owners, but they are not always going to these marketing events. And so really what I wanted to do was either, at first I was thinking video, I could just interview these people that I know and bring the information out to these circles that I attend here in New Mexico, with business owners. Just get the marketing information out to this other audience. And in the process, at first I was like, yes, I know a ton of people I can interview. I tried to interview, and I had a few disasters. At first, I tried to interview this guy, Ben Settle, and I had a video, and we were having this great talk, this great interview, online. And then when I was done, I was like, oh no, I didn't record it right. You know what I mean? I just totally lost it.
You mean it wasn't perfect?
No, it was awful. It was a catastrophe. I tried to interview him, and it was, he's more famous than I am, and so it seemed like it'd be very useful to have an interview with him. And so I had, I was videotaping it using my computer, and I had my picture and his picture. Everything seemed perfect, but then I realized that the file was not right, And I'm like, I don't know how to do this stuff. I'm very good at, getting people on the phone, getting information from them, and having a nice talk. But the actual, recording of it, I have no idea how to do it. So that's why I was really happy to meet David Wolf, because he just, I get on Skype with him, I've got my guest, and he'll just do all the work, and I'll just do the talking. And so it just works out perfectly. So far, I've interviewed like 9 people, and he's, he made a cool logo for me. He intro, you know, kind of like an introductory music thing. And he's put them up on iTunes for me, just done all that kind of work. And basically all I've had to do is get my guests lined up and interview them. And then he'll clean it up, you know, he'll actually, you know, edit it lightly and things like that.
So each of these podcasts is like an event in itself. So
Yeah.
tell me about the purpose of some of these podcast interviews.
That's a good idea. So I'm a content marketer. I'll write the content for people. I'll write interviews and articles and, you know, emails for people. And so I'm kind of thinking, how can I market myself? And really what I wanted to do is kind of self-exemplify what I do. You know, if I'm gonna promote myself as a content creator, I need to create some cool content. And so one of the main purposes that I do this is to get people to talk about topics like direct response or copywriting, or, you know, just, there was one guy that was talking all about how to promote a gym, you know, and it was really in the fitness industry. So really I'm just doing content creation for myself. I did one interview with this guy, Sean Kay. He's got a newsletter that's really it's really similar to what Dan Kennedy does. You know, he'll send out daily emails, and then he's got a $49 newsletter, so it's really similar to that. And so I was able to take his and turn it into 5 articles and sell them.
So he's able to charge $49 for his newsletter.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, he made $100,000 his first year.
There we go.
Very cool. Yeah.
How about a round of applause for me? So we always like to feature different members because implementation is the key, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. I was telling the story to one of our guests today. I first came to this group in late 2007, I think it was. And I came in the room and I said, all right, there's a ton of information here. I gotta figure out, let's pick 3 things. And I went, blah. There's a ton of information here to be had. Let's pick 3 things, and I call them nuggets of information. Let's find 3 nuggets of information I get out of the group and figure out how to implement that into my business. And then the next month I come back and try to find 3 more nuggets. So you'll see on your outline here that you'll have different spots for the different speakers we have today, and maybe take down the nuggets of information that you get out of it. I want to start by introducing guests. So when you do hear your name, please stand up and remain standing until we're done. These are guests, first-time guests here. If there was anyone that registered this morning, we probably didn't get you on here. We'll ask for you to stand up at the end too. So if you could please stand and remain standing. Sarah Money, right there, from Money and Me. Got Mark Mullaney from Global Network Coaching. Kathy Lovato Gallegos from The Pepper Chef. There's Kathy. Jasmine Bayo from What Goes Around. Did Jasmine get here? Nope, not yet. We can still applaud her. Don Bremner from Things on the Wall. Kara Mills. Is it Kara or Cara? Kara. I got it right first time. Kara Mills. Hiran Pereira from Sense Matter. Did he make it? Diane Villegas from Big Picture Market Strategies. Jama Foot. Did I pronounce that, sir?
Jama?
Jama.
Just like pajamas, but without the button.
Symmetry Finance. How's that for an elevator pitch? That was awesome.
We also have
And Jonathan Ipiotis from Everything. So those of you who are standing, if you look around, people that are sitting are members of the group. If you have any questions about the group today, please reach out to them, and you may know some of them already. Round of applause for all our guests. Thank you. All right. So how do we use events in your business? So today we're going to talk about what type of events can you produce in your business? How do I get people to attend the event? And how do I execute a good event? When I was preparing these last few weeks for this, I came up with all this content which probably could have gone on for 4 hours. So I had to reduce it and compact it and put it together and try to get it where we can get it done in a good 15, 20 minutes and get the main points, and we can expand upon them later. For those of you who are new and our guests here today, we always talk about my line that I use all the time is the best advice someone ever gave me was don't ever take advice from anybody. but just listen to their experiences and learn from them. So we don't talk about theory here, we talk about stuff that has been implemented in business and worked. And I've been an entrepreneur about 12 years. There are a lot of successful people in this room sitting around you. And there's a lot of people in this room that will present today. There's people in this room that do business together, and they implement these strategies. And again, kind of like what Mandy did. She said it wasn't perfect, but she got out there, she started doing it, and now she's getting the hang of it. So implementation is the key. So take your notes, write down the things that really stand out to you, and figure out a way you can implement 1, maybe 2, and if you're really ambitious, 3 things from this meeting you can implement into your business this month. So 7 types of events that you can do for your business. And there's really 30, 40, 50 types of events you can do. I try to whittle them down to 7. So number 1, customer and client appreciation events. So you can do all kinds of customer client appreciation events. Who in this room has done a client appreciation event? Who would like to volunteer to talk about their client appreciation event in a couple sentences? Oops. Who would like to volunteer? Joy. This is Joy Smith from Joy of Advertising. Joy, tell us.
The last one I did as an open house, and I did it over a series of 3 days at my office. We had goodies all 3 days. I invited the clients based on their category, if you will. So I had all of my construction type clients one day, I had all of my healthcare workers the next day, and all of my offices and schools the 3rd day. Each day they got gifts and goodies, and we just had a great time with them meeting each other, and they were very thankful we did it.
Cool, thanks, Joy. Appreciate it. So, in a question?